Okay, where is my thread? Where's my needle? We're gonna get something done. Yay! We get something done. Something.
Hello, Allie.
Hey, Allie. Allie's so faithful. She's always around.
That's because there wasn't no Mary today.
Oh. I was wondering why she was around. I see those little lurkies there. We got like 5 people right now.
Hey, Sherry. Everybody got to rest today.
Oh, it's around. You got what?
They got to rest because there was
Oh.
no crack of dawn stream.
Oh gosh. This should be like the yellow one. I'm not sure what I'm doing, guys. I'll let you know what we're doing here in a couple of minutes. I have to repeat myself 10 times.
I think it is Wednesday, Sherry. It's not Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Oh no!
Hey, Carol. Hey, Linda.
Hey! Well,
Sherry must be having a bad day. She's asking, is it Wednesday? If she don't know it's Wednesday.
Yeah, she overslept and didn't know. Yeah, and it's not 7 o'clock either. Oops.
Hey, Tamar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7,
You just thought that was a nap, Sherry.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Hey, Cassie D.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Janine. Hey, Jade. It is 8:02 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Sherry says it's 6.
Hey, Jan.
Hey, Jan. Hey, Jade. 1, 2, 3.
This is a stream for the lurkers, so they don't have to be on Wednesday and Thursday with all y'all loud ladies. This is a quiet lurker stream.
I guess it means I'm not allowed if it's for the quiet ladies. I'll be allowed in my own stream. You're too loud, Rosemary. Out of here.
This will be a stream with no chat.
Susan says it's the quiet one. You aren't allowed. You aren't allowed.
This is an ASMR stream.
I don't know. I think we're doing enough chatting for everybody.
Well, you just make the paper noises and I'll be quiet.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So now we'll take the paper and we'll fold it into signatures.
You need to stretch the S out a little bit more. That ruins the whole thing. Don't spit. God, there went my relaxation down the drain. Oh my God.
I didn't spit. I said 10. 10 pieces of paper per signature. Hey, Geneva. Kathy said she's not getting out of her house until maybe Friday.
That might be me too. But for different reasons. Okay, we're enough here for me to start chit-chatting. Okay, the reason I'm here, ladies, is because Susan has us all trained that if we're not going to show up, we better explain why. So she's trained me, and I'm not going to be able to go live tomorrow because around noontime tomorrow, we're getting a really severe sleet and ice storm that's going to last 24 hours They think we're going to get enough ice on the lines for a lot of people to be without power. So we're supposed to hunker down and have all our stuff ready and blah, 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 blah. And so the fact that it starts so early in the day, then, by the time I usually coming on, it's already going to have the buildup, whether it's going to affect the power or affect the slip and slide between the studio and the house. Either way, um, it's gonna affect my ability to go live tomorrow. So instead of like, where's Rosemary? What'd you do? How come she didn't say anything?
Okay, so you need to set up a makeshift studio at home.
Yeah, but then how am I gonna go live at home?
Hey, Annie Mae, what do you mean how you going to go live at home? You
If
push
I
a
don't have
button.
any, if I don't have any power, no, that means I got to get a camera set up over. I only have one camera. I'm not going to be unscrewing the camera over here and.
I didn't say unscrew the camera. I said just set you up a makeshift studio at home.
To go live is what you
Yes.
said, right? Well, then I need the stuff. You can't go live without the stuff.
Well, if you had an iPhone, you could.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because you can go live from your iPhone.
I can go live on my phone, but I'm not set up. I don't have anything to attach to anything, to attach the phone, to attach to the house that Jack
Oh
built.
my
I don't
God,
have that
Richard
stuff.
can stand there and hold it.
Kathy, we did, but fortunately, it was just a lot of wind and thunder and lightning, but we didn't get the tornadoes. We were on tornado watch until I think 4 o'clock this morning. But fortunately, we just got the goofy weather, like like when the tornadoes don't come.
I saw somebody catching hell with a hailstorm.
Yeah, there was quite a few places that they were quite large. They were showing in there the size of the cuties, the tangerines.
Lord.
They were that size. And I go, oh my God.
That'll jack up your roof.
That's pretty big.
Mess up your car, mess up your roof.
Well, I've got insurance. Maybe they could just my studio get destroyed and I'll get all the money for that. Start all over.
Ooh, Annie Mae, I'd get in trouble if I sent emails drunk.
Oh no. Is that what she's doing?
Well, no, she's just on her second apple martini or apple teeny.
My, that sounds good. So yeah, so that's what's going on. So
Hey, Vanessa.
And it's going to be coming down for at least 24 hours, and it's not going to be going above freezing. So that means Thursday night will be kind of I don't know what's going to happen between tomorrow and Thursday night. So just so you know, so if you're here, you are informed. And if you're not, well, you don't know that you're not. So you can just keep on guessing. Oh, you can watch the repeat and you'll know what's going on. Yeah. Watch the repeat. You'll know what's going on.
Jade's got 81 in West Texas.
Wow.
I think it was in the 70s today, high 70s. But tonight it's supposed to drop down in the 50s.
Wow. Well, we're lucky to go over 25 tonight. It was cold all day today, actually. Yesterday it was 72, and today the high was like 32.
That's why you had that stupid weather.
Exactly.
Hey, Auntie Roe. Auntie Roe knows.
Hey, man. Miss Auntie Roe, she knows what's going on. It's 31 degrees there. I forgot what I just counted.
Kathy said it's 42 where she is.
3, 4.
It is Happy Tuesday. 2/22/22.
7, 8. It is? It is! That's why we're here. We know how to celebrate, you guys. Oh, yes. Whoopsie. So, the fact that, I usually do my grocery shopping and stuff on Thursday. So, I went today um to go get what I need to get, and I had to stop and get some thread. And nowadays you can't buy I mean, where do you find thread? There aren't any fabric shops anymore. And I
Hey,
haven't needed thread in a long time.
well, they got it at Walmart, don't they?
Yeah, but I wasn't going to Walmart. It was like Walmart was whoop, way, I mean, not way, but out of my way, let's put it that way. But on the way to the grocery store was Hobby Lobby. So I went in there to get um, the thread. But you know what, you guys? I don't know about how your machine is. Maybe my machine's just not any good. I have a very inexpensive sewing machine. I think I paid like $90 for it brand new. So it's not like some highfalutin. I mean, all I do is practically just sew on paper. So I didn't care. But my point is, you guys know how, let's call the old days, when when um when the thread was, the spool that you would get was, like about this big, and a little about that chunky. Now it's like half the width and taller or whatever. But anyway, and that's all they have for you to buy anymore, at least where I go usually. And it spins and flies off of my my machine. Oh my gosh. And I'm just so frustrated, and I don't know how to make it stay on my machine. The old ones stay. I can sew as fast as you want, and those little short chubby ones just sit on there and do its thing. But those other thin taller ones just goes real fast and flies off the top.
Hey,
So
Melissa.
I'm
Carol said it's 6 degrees there.
ouch. Oh, that's cold.
So maybe you're buying thread for a serger.
No, no, no. It's the only thread that's there. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So there is no room for error.
Hey, Jen. So Janine says maybe you need a stopper. She's not listening to me.
So, like back in the day, like a year ago, you could find this shape of thread anywhere. All right, anywhere. Now, all they sell is this. So, I guess it's a tiny bit taller, but I think I don't know, maybe because less surface on the bottom to sit on. I don't know. But this goes normal. This goes and flies off.
Janine said you need a stopper.
Well, I know that, but
Maybe
where
it's because it doesn't have the paper on it. So it's not.
it doesn't come with paper.
That's what I said.
Oh, but
Kathy D said stick an eraser on top of the spindle. Linda
this,
said the thin, tall spools are wrapped differently.
yeah, but see, the thing that this sits in doesn't come out on top. I can't put, there's nothing,
Because
this
it's
is
tall.
taller than the metal thing I stick it on. So I can't put anything to stop it because it goes like to like right here. It goes to like the height of this. So yeah, so it goes like right here. You mean because they've changed spindles, I have to buy a new sewing machine?
No, why don't you just rewrap your thread on some empty spools?
Oh, stop it. I'd rather buy.
Well, what you gonna do for the next 24 hours, you know? May as well rewrap all your thread.
But anyway, it's just very frustrating because I mean, I'll do like one little strip of something, like maybe 5 or 6 inches, and the thing flies up in the air, and then I have to put it back on. Fortunately, I don't sew a lot, but maybe I would sew more if I could, stitch more than just 5 or 6 inches continuously. It might be a little more enjoyable.
Jade said that's the thread type she uses on her embroidery machine.
Well, see, I even broke down and bought, where is it?
Yeah, Carol said stitch slower. Won't you slow stitch?
Oh, stop it. And I even started sewing and keeping my finger up here, so that it would stay. But I'm thinking that's ridiculous. I don't want to do that like for a half hour. So, anyway, it's just very frustrating. I don't like to do things that's a job or that frustrates me.
So Linda said, hello, Linda. Does your spindle extend up? My daughter
No,
just showed that mine does, and the spool doesn't fly off now.
no, mine doesn't. Like I said, mine is super cheap. It has no options of anything. The light goes off and on.
Do you have another spindle for when you wind your bobbin?
No, again, this is a cheap one. You do all in one. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to break. I mean, it's not that old. Well, I guess it kind of sort of is. Yeah, I mean, how long have I had it? I probably had it about 6 or 7 years, but I don't use it that much. And it isn't that it doesn't work. It just doesn't work with this now. Whoops, this. If I could find these, I'd be okay.
Hey, Sharon.
But like my Hobby Lobby only sells this shape. And it comes in all kinds of threads, but they're all in this shape. I went to Joann's. They're all in this shape. They don't offer this at all. Walmart, this shape. They don't have these anymore, at least mine. So I'm kind of stuck. So there. Yeah, I think that's one thing I haven't done, Melissa, is look at Amazon. Well, I take that back. I looked, and at the time, I only saw big ones that were big like this, and you have to buy an arm to put it on your regular type of machine. This isn't that, obviously. This is the wax linen, but they're like big like that. And then you buy an extender kind of a thingamajigger so that you can put that big spool in it. And oh my gosh, that's what, here
So
we
why don't you
go.
build a little box to go over it?
I don't know. Hey, it's just a good excuse to spend some money, I guess. I mean,
I don't think she's making anything, Jen. She's just folding paper.
yeah, these are going to be just little glue books, basically. Little glue books, leftovers from the 12 by 12 sheets, because the glue books are how big they're. Oh, they're right here. Hello.
6 by 8 or something.
Yeah, they're this big. So when I cut the paper to make the glue book this size, this is what's left over. So I'm making some that size. I folded some already. Ta-da! Ta-da! So anyway, that's what's going on over here, kids. I just wanted to let you know. We have a gas fireplace that heats up so much I have to open the window. So if all else fails, we'll be warm. and I have a gas stove, so we'll get to eat. So we'll be okay as long as we don't slip and slide all over the place. Only thing we can't do is go out and get the mail, because we have to go down like 6 steps that are um, brick that just glaze over. Plus, I don't think the guy will be out there if you can't drive. So what?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Oh, and anybody that bought anything, everything went out today. Not to worry. And if you bought something that had a a class or something attached to it, please go and view your messages in Etsy. Sometimes people forget to look there, and that's where the link is to whoops, that's where the link is to your class. So please check that out. And if you're out of country, for right now, the shipping, a lot of us use pirate ship, and the shipping is considerably discounted when the mail can go out. Sometimes it gets blocked. It's a little complicated. It has to do with how many planes are flying, from country to country because of COVID restrictions and stuff like that. But the good news is, I just had a purchase the other day, and the quote from Etsy was $30, and it only cost 15 to send. So I was able to refund them half of the shipping. So that was exciting news for those of you that aren't in the US.
Hey, Johnny.
2,
Kathy said, what color thread do you need?
5, 6, 7, 8.
10.
Stop it. 8, 9. One
7.
more. I tend to always either do dark brown, black, or a cream color. I don't hardly deviate from that. That's pretty much my go-to.
Because you'd have to change your bobbin.
Say what?
Because you'd have to change your bobbin
What does that mean?
if you used a lot of colors.
Oh yeah, and I hate that.
Yeah. Well, get Lizzie to do it for you. She's got that fancy bobbin threader.
Oh man. See, I'm a lazy everything. You guys probably say, "Oh, you do a lot of things, Rosemary." Yeah, I do a lot of things. But if you notice, I try to do everything the easy way. I'm not one of those is looking for something really difficult to do. No. No,
So,
I'm not looking for that. I usually find those things and end up trying it, but I'm not looking for that kind of stuff. I'm pretty lazy.
so Carol said she went to your Etsy shop and it said you didn't post to the UK.
What did you say? You broke up.
Carol said she went to your Etsy shop and it said you don't post to the UK.
Why did it say that?
Well, I don't know. I didn't put the rules on that shop.
I'll have to double check. What were you looking at? Maybe it was something that I was offering with free postage or something, and I don't offer free postage outside the United States because then I wouldn't make anything. Tell me what the item was, and that way I can check the listing and see if I just have it clicked incorrectly. That's probably what's happened. I'm sure it's my boo-boo, not theirs.
The kits.
Oh, I'll double check that because that shouldn't. Oh, wait a second. You know what? No, that was a while back because there was a period of time where they weren't allowed, certain countries weren't allowing anything from the United States. So I just kind of took it off so that they wouldn't be buying things and I have to be giving them their money back because it wasn't allowing me to ship.
Don't be sending no bloody caboodles over from the US.
Just the shipping, it starts getting confusing. Oh, what did John? Oh, hi, Johnny. What did Johnny say? I said, oh, excellent. Thank you.
Be careful with that cheap thread. It'll break.
Uh-oh. I'll see what it's made for. I mean, the thickness. 1, 2, 3. But I'm not making clothes, so I don't care if it breaks. Who cares? As long as it doesn't break while I'm actually physically sewing it.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's that. I almost have my oh, I'm just so confused, guys. I finished. I'm gonna list tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Those the last of the steampunk things that we made together. I'm gonna list those tomorrow. We have those 4 that were made with the file folders, and it has the corset in the front with, you know, different things. Anyway, I'll put those up tomorrow. And then I've been working on a box, and that's almost done. So maybe that'll go up tomorrow. I'm not sure. Oh, that's if I can get over here tomorrow. Let me put a different one on the top. I'll show you some of the goodies I put in there. It's kind of cute. I would probably get it if I wasn't making it. You know what I mean?
Hey, Lucy.
Hey, guys. So, Johnny, did you? I've been kind of running around doing stuff today. Did you do your What were you supposed to do? You're supposed to do something this morning about. No, I can't remember what she was supposed to be doing, but I know it was supposed to be this morning. I think it was with your cutter. Did you do that?
Oh, look at her. She said I do a rubbish Brit accent.
Huh?
Carol says I do a rubbish British accent.
Oh.
I don't do much better with English, United States English either. Scan and cut with Kathy and Colleen.
Oh, did she do it?
Mm-hmm. She kind of did it.
She kind of did. 8. 2 more. Ooh.
2 more.
2 more. And I'd have to go to a different color after that. Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh, have a good evening, Sharon. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, thank you. We're not going to be here too long. I just wanted to inform you guys. You're not missing nothing. Folding. Oh, here's some blues. These blues are all so pretty. Yeah, so it was really windy last night. And it was that kind of thunder that you could feel it in your chest. It was so loud. And poor Busta. Busta does not like the thunder. Sammy, yeah, he doesn't really care all that much. But now he's starting, I think, to get the cues from Busta, and now he's acting like, oh, poor me. Like, get out of here. You've never been afraid of thunder.
Yeah, but he don't get no attention if he's not scared.
That's right. And I thought, oh my goodness. And Busta isn't, we don't allow our dogs on our furniture or bed or anything like that. They got their own beds. We got our beds. We don't get on their bed. They don't get on ours. So, so when the storm comes, Buster comes over, and it isn't like he wants to get on my lap or wants to get anywhere. I've never told them don't get on it. They just know they don't get on it. But when he's scared, he comes over and he puts one paw up on my leg and looks at me all pathetic. And I said, what do you want me to do? You want to come up on my lap? And I'll go like this. Like he's never gone up on my lap, but he'll just put his 2 feet up there and then he feels better.
Hey, Janice.
And he's not like a gigantic dog. He's like 50 pounds or something, you know. I mean, he's right on the edge of being too big for a lap dog, but you know, an emergency, you know, he would fit on my lap just fine, but he won't even do that. He just looks up all pathetic at me, and I have to say nice things to him, and then he's okay.
I like those colors.
Yeah, cool, huh? Literally. They look cold. They look cold.
I can't believe you calling that scrap paper that you wouldn't use.
Yeah, well, you know what I want to do? I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm starting off with my paper. What I would like to do is like get rid of like 80% of everything I have so I can start fresh.
That's what Kathy's doing.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, not my mixed media, 'cause, I got to keep my paints and, stuff like that. But, like papers and fabrics and laces and linens. I need like, I don't need, I would like to have a fresh stash of everything, but I can't justify that unless I get rid of what I have.
Good
And
night, ma'am. Hey, Jennifer.
and then I would feel justified, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like
That's
when I
why
went,
you constantly buy new stuff and just add to it.
oh, is that it?
Yeah.
I have a tendency to bring in more than what I need to do more. Well, I do it now. I didn't before. Everything that comes in now is something that's going to go into a kit. Now, in the old days, before I did the kits, the stuff that came in was for me. But in the past couple of years, anything that comes in is for the kits. But I have stuff from before, um, that predates the kits, that I don't have enough of any one thing to put in a kit, stuff like that. So to me, I don't consider that stuff like kit worthy, so I need to like figure out a way to like get rid of things so that I can go ahead and justify bringing stuff in.
Well, you need to figure out how to work that crap into a kit.
Well, I could, but that means that no one kit would be the same. And you know what a pain that would be to have to show every single kit, because I mean, I understand the ladies want to know what they're getting, and I can't just say, well, these are all different and you can't see any of them. We would be here forever.
Oh my God. And you'd probably want to do some kind of sale and,
Yeah, and then
okay,
Susan
pick
would
it.
have to say she's sick and can't come, and
Oh my gosh.
stuff like that. So that's kind of hard. And then, if you make just, I don't know, some people don't mind having like a surprise package. Um, I, I don't know if I would want to buy a surprise package, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's
Unless
what
I,
everybody's saying. Scrap
unless I
packs,
really,
mystery scrap packs, surprise kits.
wow, I'm surprised by that because I don't really think I would buy that. I guess if I knew the seller and we had the same taste, I might say, well, there isn't hardly anything I don't like from that person, so blah blah blah. Like aesthetically, I like all the stuff that Johnny has. So if Johnny had a surprise box and I needed a surprise box, I wouldn't have any problem buying a surprise box from her because 99.9% of the stuff I probably would use and like and whatever. But then there's other people, it's like, I don't know if I would like everything in their surprise box.
Hey, Kathy.
Trying to be honest. Like, I don't know.
Knowing me, I'd get a bunch of scrapbook shit, crap stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was stuff in the past I would buy. I mean, they're cute things, but my taste in what I like to make has changed. So I would never ever use it. It doesn't mean that it's not cool and cute, but it's just it wouldn't be anything I would put any of my journals. So I need to get rid of that stuff, you know. My taste has evolved over time.
Yeah, that's true, Carol, but she's talking about selling her crap. Carol said everyone has an idea already of what you sell, so they know it wouldn't be crappy.
Well, yeah. Well, I would never do that. I'd be embarrassed to do that.
Now,
I
see, like
bought.
that paper right there on your desk, I would not. That would not be in my. I won't use stack.
Oh, this is I'm ready to move on pile, and yes, that's yeah. I love all this stuff. You know me, black and white is my favorite thing. But I've seen this, for like 3 years. I want to see some new black and white. You know what I mean? It isn't that I don't like black and white. It's my favorite thing. I just want to see something new. Okay.
You just want to make room for all the new Timmy crap.
No, I don't see. I don't buy Timmy stuff. You know that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't buy his stuff. I like to watch his stuff to get an inspiration for certain things, but even that I don't do that much anymore because my taste isn't what he does. It's not what I do.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I can reinterpret an idea of his into something I like, but that's getting like further and far in between. So I really don't waste all that much time even watching him anymore because I just.
Hey, Stasha. What do you mean? What's going on? It's Wednesday. It always goes on Wednesdays.
Now, there's a couple of creators. I wish I could tell you what their name is right now. I don't remember their names.
Two toads walking.
But they're on his team and they have YouTube channels of their own, right? But the way they interpret his stuff, I like it. Like I
Oh
could.
yeah, yeah.
But the way he interprets his stuff, I don't like it. It's not my taste. But there's a few out there that I go, oh, that's pretty cool. I kind of sort of like that one. Oops. Oh, I already have that. Never mind. It was hiding. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, one more. Okay. We'll put this one. This one's kind of cool.
Aha, Allie.
What's Allie up to now?
She said, hee, it's Tuesday. I knew a lady with a wooden leg named Allie.
Uh-oh. Is there a joke
I don't know
there?
what she called her other leg, but
I knew that wasn't going to be straight at all. Okay, well, when's she going to drop the other leg? Oh, talk about the other leg. I've got a story for you, ladies. Do you like kind of like gruesome stories? I don't, but I have one to share. I might as well share it. Okay, so what's today? Today is not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. So Monday morning, I get up. Now you gotta visualize. Oh, I have to like do special effects there. I have to draw. Okay, so here's my street. That indicates a street. Here's my house, and then there's a street. There's another house right here, and then the other street goes down like that. Okay, so over here where those hoodlums live that we tell the police about all the time, and then there's 2 vacant lots right here. This is a house, so we'll put a little door so there's a house there. These are vacant. Then this kind of goes back further. These are deep lots. And then there's an alleyway, and then is the next street. So this is 6th Street. There'll be tests afterwards. This is 6th Street, and then this is 7th. No, yes, this is 7th. Forgot which way the numbers go. Okay. All right. So, are you with me so far? Okay, good. So, this is me. I get up in the morning and I look out the window, and right here is a truck, kind of like, and this is all grass right here. So it's just like, on an angle, kind of whatever. And you could tell he'd been in an accident because his hood was like all bent in and the glass was all shattered. Not to mention, there were like about 15 police cars. They had the yellow tape and red tape here and here and over here somewhere. And all the police officers were all over here and they were all parked over here on the side and they're all swarming around this truck. But nobody's touching the truck. And I'm going, holy moly, what's going on? All right. So this goes on for like 3, 4 hours. And then finally, um, a tow truck comes, takes us away, and yada yada yada. I'm thinking to myself, what is going on? Okay, so I go to the local news station on Facebook to see if they've put anything up there. Well, this is 7th Street. Okay, over on 15th Street, can you see over there? No, you can't. 15th Street, count it for yourself. There was a hit and run. So I tell my husband, you know what? I bet you that vehicle, because it has the smashed window and this and that, I bet you he was over on 15th Street, hit the guy, and wow, ran over here, dumped this vehicle, and ran away somewhere. So that was my theory. That was Monday morning ish, like noontime. Okay, so I go watch the news at 4 o'clock. They have a local news at 4 o'clock. So I put the local news and they say, oh, this guy, there was a hit and run on 15th Street. And the reason they knew there was a hit and run on Sunday night, because Monday morning they found a severed foot and leg in the middle of the street at 15th. Okay. So they go, uh-oh, we think somebody must have gotten hit because all we can find is the leg. And they could determine the leg was fresh, like from a couple of hours. Okay. So I'm saying, Richard, guess what? I bet you this car hit the guy with the no leg now. Well, the thing is they didn't have the body. They only had the leg. I said, Richard, the body was in the truck. I know it because the officers wouldn't touch the truck. Forensically, they probably couldn't do that, right? Okay. I know. I watch TV too. So I used to anyway, not anymore. Anyway, so I told Richard, I bet you that's what it was. Okay, so then at 6 o'clock, when the regular news comes on, ta-da, they said this was the guy that hit the car. But the real clincher to the story isn't that he knocked off his leg, that he ran over here with his vehicle and was all messed up. The clincher was when he hit the guy with such force and knocked his leg off, the guy ended up in the back of his truck. He went whoop, whoop, whoop into the back of the truck. Okay, this guy gets over here. Little did I know at the time, he lives in this house. Not the guy with the leg missing, but the driver. So when he came home, he was already kind of like nervous because he had hit somebody.
And so the dude was following him.
And then he gets out of the vehicle and he realizes the guy's in the back of his truck. What does he do? He goes, gets a pallet and a sheet, covers the guy with the sheet, and then puts a pallet on top of him, and then goes into the house and eats his food that he had bought, and he was coming home from Taco Bell when he hit the guy, and he goes back into the house because I guess his tacos and burritos were getting cold. Can you believe it? Unbelievable, but true. It's like, oh my gosh, you can't make up this stuff. And so now he's in the house while all of this is going on. because the registration to his vehicle isn't to that address. That's where his parents live. This guy's 40 years old. So his parents live there and he was now living in his parents' home, but the registration was from where he used to live. So here's, 100 police. Well, he's in there, eating his burritos, looking out the window. And then they finally figure out, oh my gosh, I think he lives over here. And they go, and without any resistance, he just gets arrested, and the rest is history. But oh my gosh, I don't even have to leave the house.
But he didn't even render aid.
I know. And the question is, was the guy dead when he was in the back of his truck, or did he freeze and die overnight? Because this was at 8 o'clock Sunday night. And so it was all the night. It was cold and everything. And then Monday morning, somebody was walking, and they, it was real close to the sidewalk. And, you look, and they saw blood on the, what do you call it? On the sheet. So they called the police. And that's when they go, oh, that's the other part of the leg. He must be, bet he's over there. Oh my goodness. It was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So
How fast are you going to knock somebody's leg off and put them in the back of your pickup truck?
well, the way his front hood looked like, he was missing, like you say, how fast was he going? The hood looked like he had ran into a tree. That's how bent it was. So you can imagine how fast he was going, because it bent like he had hit a tree head on. What a sicko. Going in there and eating his burrito. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Anyway, now that I cheered up your evening,
Actually, you made me kind of nauseous.
it made me a little nauseous too. It's like, oh my goodness. I mean, depravity, right? Depravity. What's how you say the word? Oh my goodness. Ooh. So anyway,
So you said it was his leg and his what?
it was, they said, the bottom part of the femurs. That's what, the middle part of your bottom leg and the foot together. So it kind of, what, not decapitated, that's your head. It cut off the bottom part of his leg when it hit him. It was probably, the force, well, obviously the force of.
So, do you know the person that was hit?
No, he was 52 years old. I don't know anything about him, or I don't know nothing. They just said that his family started worrying when he didn't get back, because he likes to ride his bike at night. Why? I don't know. That's not like a real wise thing to do. But anyway, he likes to ride his bike at night. And that particular area, once you get off the main street, it's residential. It's dark. There's not enough lights or anything like that. Not an excuse to leave a guy, hit a guy and just keep going. But
So where was the bike? In the back of the truck?
yeah. Yeah. Literally, he was holding on for dear life, right? Anyway, yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now you don't have to watch your local news. You've heard enough gore for the evening. And Richard and I were just saying, oh, I'm so glad we live where we live, because it seems like everywhere there's shootings of some kind or another, And, in our town, I'm sure everybody's got a gun, but I think everybody knows everybody has a gun. So nobody ever pulls out a gun. And everyone around here, whether it's real or fake, everybody's nice to each other. I don't know what they really think, but pretty much people are pretty cordial to one another. And there's not like a lot of issues around here like some places have. So we were just commenting like that. And Richard goes, well, Just make sure you don't ride a bike in our town. Do not ride a bike and you'll be okay. Ah, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. There we go. Hello.
The victim's name was Christopher West.
Oh, see, I knew she'd Google.
He was 57 years old.
Oh, 57.
A Fort Smith man is in custody Saturday after a hit and run that killed a cyclist near Grand Avenue.
Yeah.
Police said they were initially called to the scene for what appeared to be a human body part in the road near where the hit and run took place. After closing off the street and investigating, officers determined that the body part was human and that an accident had taken place. Police identified James Ray Jones as a suspect based on surveillance footage that identified his pickup truck at the scene. When they arrived at Jones's house, they found the body of the cyclist in the back of his truck while Jones was in the house eating burritos. Jones later...
Did you insert that?
Yeah.
I don't remember reading that.
Says Jones later confessed to police and was arrested on charges of manslaughter and leaving the scene of a personal injury accident. He was booked into the Sebastian County Jail. Jones put the body of the cyclist he hit. Oh, he put him in the back of the truck.
That's not what the news said.
Wait, it says police initially reported that Jones put the body of the cyclist he hit in the back of the truck, but after accident reconstruction experts analyzed the scene, police believe the driver of the truck hit the cyclist and the victim went up and over the truck and landed in the bed of the truck.
Yeah,
A Fort Smith police spokesperson said everything else in the report was correct and he apologized for the misinformation because he was called out by Richard Morris.
Now, didn't I report it accurately or what?
Hey, Artie Dar.
Hey, I was there.
Yeah, so 12 hours later, you can't very well do a sobriety test.
Right.
He did know it, Deneva, and he covered him up with a sheet and a pallet. I guess he put the pallet so the sheet wouldn't blow away.
Probably.
Okay, well, is this what you wanted to talk about when you labeled your video? Can we talk?
No. No. Why did I bring this up? I don't even know why I brought it up. I don't know. There was something clicked, and I go, oh wait, I gotta tell them.
Well, I guess since a dead man slept outside your bedroom window, you thought it was.
I thought it was important. Oh my goodness,
Man.
See, you just can't make up stuff like that.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh, stop it. Oh no, now that's really sick though.
Oh, Carol said because I did my limb joke.
Oh yeah, that I knew something triggered it. It wasn't like, oh, I got to tell them about this. I knew it was your fault somehow, Susan.
I did it.
Yeah, I knew it had to be your fault.
Because of my friend Allie and her wooden leg.
Okay, I'm going to show you my thing that's almost done. I got some gluing to do, but I think it's coming out kind of cute.
I think we're going to have nightmares.
Okay, for some reason, when I put black stuff out here, it just shows really weird. So you may not be able to really see what it really looks like. Oh, see how it went all crazy on me?
It looks all right.
Yeah, these colors don't look right though. Anyway, this is gonna go up here. Oops, and that's not glued yet, so as a oh, so you're not gonna be able to see it that much either because oh, there you go. Well, you guys know what it's supposed to look like. How we did the top to the book basically is how I did all around over here on because it's a box. In case you don't know what we're talking about, this is a box. So I did the steampunkaroonie on the box. Box isn't glued in there yet.
There you go, Jen. She said she never thought of using her cut up extras from her books for making books.
There, yeah. This is going to be glued there, so it's not going to flip flop like that, but it's flip flopping right now. And there's a cool little book in here. Look how cute the book. Well, it's not that small.
No, it's not.
It's not that small. It came that size, so I didn't want to change it. It's 6.5 by about 4. Whoops, about 4.5, and it's full of yumminess. I won't go through the whole thing, but it's full of yumminess. That's all I can say.
Electrical yumminess.
Electrical yumminess. And then look at her. Isn't she cool? That's not glued, so I can move it around. Look how cool. I just love that picture. So that's there. And then I just piled it up with, I thought, cool stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, so this is like steampunky stuff, but this is a woman that was ahead of her time. And she was a botanist. She traveled. Um, she was an engineer. She was like everything. Okay, so she put all her little goodies in here. And there she is. Can you see her?
Yes.
Okay.
Why are we whispering?
Because it's now a solemn occasion because these are all her like her special stuff. So it's almost like a moment of silence, but we can't be silent because then we wouldn't know what it is. Okay. So I got to do something with this to make it look old fashioned. I don't know if I'm going to wrap it up with something. I got to do something, but it doesn't look good like that. But this will be in there because you'll find out later. I don't have everything yet in here because her specimens aren't in here yet, but they will be. They will be. Okay.
Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany said, I absolutely love this channel for so many reasons.
Uh-oh. Because we're little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over here. Okay, so then, so this, when she was, we can't talk about the gentleman because it would be indiscreet because he was a married guy. He was a
Oh,
king.
no.
He was the king of a certain country. We can't talk about it because he was a fascist, and we don't want to be talking about fascism. So, anyway, he gave this to her, and I don't know, but I kind of think it was part of the royal stuff, and so she hardly ever wore it because I think she'd probably get arrested or something, but she did put it in her box. So that she wore that sometimes, but she was a little vain. She had a picture of herself, and she wore it. Now, this didn't come from the king, but it came from a prince from a different country. She was a little wild. I mean, if you looked at her, she looked like she was kind of like one of those temperance women, but she wasn't. She was not. By the stuff she put in her little box, she knew something else was going on. But isn't that cool? This is very, very old too. Anyway, so that's that.
Is that a garter?
Yes, it is. Yeah. That's why I said
That or a baby's headband?
she may have looked like, she didn't drink, but hello, I'm pretty sure she did. Okay. Now, this, I'm not sure if this was from something that she wanted to have or she did have it. All I know is she kept a piece of it. So I'm not really sure how she got it. I don't want to know the story behind that. But, anyway. Now, she kept some of these beautiful pieces, just a few, from her mother's wedding gown. She had to keep something. So this was the sleeve, part of her sleeve. One of those little cuff-like little, those little things that, like a cap. like a cap sleeve. Can you tell I'm making this up as I go?
Especially if her mother was married in a brown wedding dress.
It's vintage. It's old.
Oh,
Get
okay.
a grip. Get along with
Okay.
the story. My goodness. Do they all have to be real, like the leg missing and everything? This is like, come on. Okay, so that's in there. Now, I'm not sure because she didn't put the names. I'm not sure if this is the prince or if it's somebody else that she was fooling around with. Because I know for sure she didn't have a picture of the king because she didn't want any news going out about the king. And I do believe that this is her mother. And this is her baby brother. I don't know who he is.
That's the prince's brother.
The prince's brother. Okay. That sounds like
Yes.
that seems kind of plausible.
He's the one who gave her the royal necklace because they secretly had a crush on each other, but she was with the prince.
But doesn't he look more like he would have given her the garter?
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I'm not sure who this is either, but it looks like he probably ran the saloon that she
No,
frequented.
that's the perverted uncle.
And she carried this picture around because these were people she did not want to become. She wanted to travel the world. She wanted to be happy. She wanted to have fun. She wanted to stay single. And she would look at this like, oh no, I'm not going there. So she kept that just as a motivational picture for her activities. And then she put her little book in here, which is this one. Oh, Miles Standish. So the courtship up. Oh, it was courtship, but she wasn't going to get married. So she just wanted to remind herself courtships are fine, but marriage is a no-no. So she never got married. She didn't need a man. She wanted a man. She didn't need one. All right. So then, somebody who got her stuff put a few things of their own in there. I don't know why they wanted to mess this all up with some kind of international fertilizer. I don't understand it, but I wasn't there, so I can't judge. It's just there. Oh, and this must have been something she gathered in her little travels. I don't know what this to, but it's paid. That's all that matters. Nobody was after her. So that's cool. Oh, speaking of bobbins, look at these cool bobbins. These came from her mother's sewing machine. Look at that, how cool that is. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
We never know, Carol.
And then, what's this to? Oh, to a social dance. Social dance. You had to have your card to get in. So she had that. Something must have happened at that social. I'm not sure. I don't even know if I want to know what happened at that social.
Well, she had to go with a commoner, and then she secretly met
And
in
then
the
just
back.
pretend like she just met the king.
Yes.
Oh, I like how she does that. And then I don't know what this is, but it might be a letter from one of those guys. I don't know. One or the other. I'm not sure. But it's a lengthy one. I didn't want to read it because I thought it might be kind of rude to read about, her, whatever it was they told her. So I thought I would just give her privacy. And then I'm not sure where this came from. I don't even want to know. And then there's a bunch of gears down there. Okay, so let's put this away. Whoopsie. Oh, hit. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopie doo. I hope you remember what everything signifies because I won't remember. Not to be repeated. At least not by me. Rewind. Okay, now, that was sort of like her, prissy side. Oh, and like I said, she traveled the world. Somebody gave her this when she went to India and had the little elephant, and that's just for her to remember when she was there. And then she was into, like I told you, she was an engineer. Did I mention she was an engineer? Oh, she designed this. Did you know she patented this in the late 1800s? It goes to a cuckoo clock. But look how cool that is. She was pretty smart. Okay. And then she helped develop um, a different type of printing press that eventually went into marketing um, on the newspapers. See, this is to what I forget, but it's just some kind of food. I'll print it later. Okay. And then, I even forget what's in here. Oh, here's just a bunch of metal things. I don't know the stories behind each piece, but I'm sure there's one because why? I mean, hello, why would she keep this stuff if it didn't mean something? And then she was one of the ladies to drive one of the first bugless.
Studebaker.
Huh? What? Who? What?
Studebaker.
What did you say?
That looks like a gasket from a Studebaker.
It is. She was. Did I tell you that she was from the family that was inventing cars way before most people knew about it? So she was like one of the first women to drive one, and so she wanted to keep the some memorabilia from that. And then here are she I haven't put the stuff in here from the birds and stuff like that, but she was in to all kinds of forms of botany. So this is some wood that she saved, and it's really cool. And she decided to plate it in silver. Um, I'll explain it later. Can't explain it now because I haven't figured it out yet. But so that's in there. And then this was
No, Janine, they're not handcuffs.
and this is from her I can't remember what she was measuring, but she measured stuff. I wonder what she measured. You
Well,
guys
she was an engineer.
of course she had engineers, they measure stuff. And then I don't know, maybe this is from something that fell off one of her vehicles or something I know that calibrates something in the engine, because if that fits through, it's calibrated properly. So she carried that with her so that when something would go goofy, she knew what to do. Just calibrate it. She learned calibrate. Everything will be just fine. And then she had this in case hello, in case she got lost. Oh, did I tell you she sailed? She was a sailor too. So she kind of needed that because, no GPS. And probably half the places she went, they didn't even have maps. So my goodness, she couldn't get lost. Hello. Okay, so that goes back in there. Her elephant days go back in there. I got to make this look cute somehow. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but that'll end up being cute. But anyway, there's the box. Oh, and there's the top that I have to still put on there. Anyway, it's been fun putting this together. Okay, let me go
I
put it
think
away.
is marijuana legal in Arkansas?
I don't know.
Have you been visiting the house across the street?
No. No. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's all I got, kids. That's all I got. I'm just going to be folding tonight. Look at all the ones I've already got folded. I got a lot of the blue ones. Well, these are the teal ones. These are the green ones. These are the orange ones. All the rest are big. Those are the only small ones I've got done so far. The rest are biggies. The rest are biggies. So if anybody's looking for glue books that you don't have to think about, and it's already got backgrounds, you're ready for you to glue. And if you want to glue with a color theme, they're in the shop. Free shipping.
Unless you're in the UK.
Unless you're in the UK.
Or Canada.
Or Canada.
Or New Zealand.
Sorry, ladies.
Or Australia.
Okay. So if you're in the United States.
There you go.
More amply put there. Now this is a dark blue, but it almost looks black. So that's why I'm
Y-
putting those
It
together.
it did look black until you laid it on. I mean, it didn't. Yeah, until you laid it
Yeah.
there.
But I figure, hey, it's a glue thing. You're gonna glue stuff over it, so who cares? Who cares? I love the polka dots. I'm not like really into polka dots. When it comes to these papers, I love the polka dots. Oops, I may not have enough black stuff to make. Okay, so any questions, ladies?
About which
About anything.
about
Anything.
which
About anything. How to make Mexican rice. I don't care. Whatever you want to ask. I may not have the answer, but ask a question. Let's play Stump Rosemary and Susan.
did you go get some of those green peas?
No, I forgot all about it. Did you?
No, hell
Oh,
no.
excuse me.
I pick them out.
I know you do. You're bad.
Well, now that you told me they're not peas, I may have to try them the next time. But they look so shriveled.
Well, is there any kind of fruit or vegetable that you do like that kind of looks shriveled? If you can kind of sort of think about that, like, oh, it might be taste like blah blah blah. I don't know.
Only thing I can think of that's shriveled is raisins, and I certainly don't like those.
Oh well. Oh well. What can I say? Ooh, it's getting chilly in here.
Yes, Jen, the little books are little glue books, and she made bigger glue books.
Yeah. Here's the size of the big ones.
Carol said, "Well, that's two bedtime stories, which were enough for me tonight, and it's 3 a.m. I need to go to sleep. Thanks for the giggles and gore. Good night."
Good night, Carol. Sorry about that.
Sweet
We aimed
dreams.
we aimed to please. Sorry, we fell a little short there.
Stasia wants to know what Richard was doing during the whole police ordeal.
Oh, he took pictures from upstairs. But we didn't know the body was back there at the time. He was just taking pictures of the police and the car. And coincidentally, it was so strange because the news people didn't come. Nobody came. Well, maybe because the police wouldn't let them in. But the next day, we saw the local news station vehicle there, and I said, Richard, they're taking pictures of an empty lot. Why don't you send them the pictures of the vehicle? You got the vehicle, you got the tapes all over, you got the police. And he goes, no, some of those guys are undercover cops. I go, oh, okay. He knew a couple of them. He goes, no, they're undercover. I don't want them to have pictures of them standing out there. I go, oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, guys. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't even know if I want to say his name because Susan's gonna go jumping all down my throat.
Levon.
Levon, after this taxing that they're working through right now for the consent decree that they have for our water and sewer system that has been handed down like 10 years ago or 15 years in the federal government, that's got to be addressed. Okay, once they address some kind of tax they have to implement or try to implement, he wants to start a foundation that will help individuals who don't have the means to spruce up their house, like, paint it, or clean up the yard, or haul away stuff that is just sitting there that they would get rid of if somebody would do it for them or whatever, and give them like a little incentive to spruce up areas of town that are neglected, and it would be done for them at no charge. And Ooh, that looks a little too blue, doesn't it? Or does it look blue or black to you guys? That looks a little too blue, huh?
It doesn't look blue from here.
Okay, good, good, good. Okay, I don't care. Um. Anyway, so the first thing would be is like, okay, who gets to take advantage of it? What's the criteria? And what's the value, the dollar amount um, per 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 dwelling? And does it have to be the same for each dwelling, or is it on a scale? All that kind of stuff has to be worked out. So, does anybody out there have something similar like that in their community that they know of? And does it work? Or is it just, throwing money down the toilet type of thing? Don't all answer at the same time.
Well, they damn sure don't do that here, so I have no clue.
Oh, okay. Because see, we're in our town. Half of our town is the architecture is really old architecture, but beautiful architecture. But a lot of it's run down because when you try to fix a home that has a lot of architectural elements and it's old, some of those pieces parts might be falling off and you don't have the money to fix it. And you have to have someone that knows what they're doing, and they have to get on ladders and all this stuff. And if you want to paint it and make it look pretty, um, you need to like have at least in these old Victorian homes, you've got to have at least, like 3 or 4 colors. You can't just slap white paint on the whole thing because all the architecture then disappears. So that's why making it look pretty becomes a little costly, because it takes time, to mask things off. You just can't come in with a big old spray and spray the whole house. You have to like hand paint it almost. So that's why, anyway, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just wondering if something like that is done in any of your communities.
Hey, Dana. Kathy D said Six Stones in Bedford has a program that she volunteers with. Lucy said, "Do you
Hmm.
have a heritage registry for the old homes?"
If you mean like historical designation, oh, let me just tell you what we do have. What we do have is we have a section of the street we live on, but not we don't live in this section. I live on 6th Street, and let's see, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, between certain side streets, they're designated as historical homes. They were all built at the end of the 1800s. So they have that. What The reason we don't live in there is because we got information before. When we moved here, there was a couple of houses that we liked in that area, and the realtor says, "Oh, well, you have to realize that's in the historical district, and with that comes certain restrictions." So then he explained to us what they were, and we didn't like any of the restrictions. And we said, "Okay, well, we're not going to move in there." And we bought an equally old home outside of the district. Now, what turned us away from buying one of those homes is, one, um, you cannot replace the windows with new windows unless they are wood framed windows. Any of you that have ever done any kind of repairs or restoration or anything, you know how much a wood window costs. It's astronomical. So, right there, you have houses in this designated areas that are literally falling apart because they're in a certain designation that will not allow them to do any kind of repairs that aren't historical. So to me, I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. I just think it's ridiculous that they would rather the house rot and fall apart because you don't have the money to put wood windows, and rain comes in, um, and roofs, anyway. They'd rather have that than you be able to restore a house, um, and have it look nice. I shouldn't say restore, because restore, is like sort of like a designation as far as what you use to restore stuff with. But like for instance, our house, we replaced, as soon as we got our house, the curtains would blow in the house with the window shut. That's how much of a gap there was all over the place, because the house was like 120 years old, and so were the windows. So, and they were, just a single pane, and you couldn't, some of them you couldn't raise and couldn't lower them. You couldn't reglaze them. You couldn't take them out and put them back in. It wasn't cost effective. It would cost more than if we got brand new wood windows, which we couldn't afford to do that either. So we replaced all of the windows in vinyl windows, stopped all of the leaks, stopped everything. The wind wasn't blowing in the house. And of course, there wasn't now any moisture coming in, and it just made more sense. And so almost everything that we did to our house, which made it comfortable and livable and not deteriorate and fall apart, we could not have done any of those things if we had bought a house in that designated historical site. So that's a long-winded answer to yes, we do have places that are designated that. Um, but we probably, if they did the foundation and wanted to help them, there's a lot of things that they would never be able to do there, because um, they couldn't put the whole budget in one house. They needed to separate it into other homes, so let a wider amount of the community to take advantage of the resources. So it's sort of like, it's like you don't know where to begin and what to do, and how to get through to other people about how, since we've been here, I cannot tell you how many houses have fallen apart. And I think technically, if the city went walking through some of those old homes, they would have to, like, red tag it and say, no, nobody can even walk into this house because the roof's ready to fall in or something like that. Um, but it's, yeah. And I think that's why some of the neighborhoods have just fallen apart, because um, it's very costly to update and maintain an old home, which is sad, because the architecture is just so beautiful inside and out on a lot of these homes. Um, I don't know. Okay, let me read. Yeah, if you get designation, yep. Um, we caulked inside and out after we put the new windows. The caulking would not have helped the new windows. I mean, the old windows at all. I mean, you had gaps, um, gaps,
Usually they're
and then
paint-
excuse me,
usually they're painted shut.
they were, they were, the inside part, but there was already becoming gaps between the wood, what was covering the house, and sometimes inside even the actual wall, because there was plaster walls. And so what happens with anything, things start to shrink, and whatever little hairline crack there was, now it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So like this little house here, I put all new windows here in the studio. This was maybe 7 years ago. All new ones, and then any gap anywhere, it just got caulked. I mean, I can't tell you how many tubes of caulking we went through, because it still has the old siding out there. So there was these gaps. So we filled in as much as we could with like shims of wood and stuff like that. And then over that, we did the caulking, and then over that, we just blended in the paint with the trim, the color of the trim. So from a distance, it looks perfectly fine. But if you went up with a magnifying glass, like, what the heck is all around this stuff? It's kept together with glue and paint, which is pretty much true.
Hey, Leslie.
Yeah, and the glass that was in the old windows, I mean, if you hit it, it was so thin. I think I could have broken it real easy, with a real hard tap with my finger. So it did not, it didn't, there was no insulation at all value to the glass. No. Yeah, Lucy, exactly. That's what our place was when we moved in. It was pretty sad. And then, because we do have, we are in an area that, we do get storms, and, we may not get all that many tornadoes, but we're always on a warning, which means we're going to get a lot of wind, which means even if just branches, hit your window or something like that, it can do damage. I know the second year that we were here, we did have a tornado. Well, they said it was, like wind shears, but wind shears go like this. This was going like this. So it was a tornado. I think the insurance company wanted to, like, give it a different name, because I'm sure different classifications have something to do with insurance purposes and stuff like that. But we had replaced all of the windows downstairs on the main house, and there was just two upstairs, off into this two little attic areas, and we hadn't replaced those because I don't know why we didn't, tell you the truth. Or maybe it was scheduled to and they hadn't been. I forget what it was. But when that wind came and things got blown all over the place, and things did hit the windows and stuff, none of our windows downstairs broke. Nothing happened, but the two windows upstairs, they broke, and that's where all of our damage on the interior of our house came from, because it was raining so much and blowing so much. The wind was going this way instead of this way, so the rain was going that way, just went right into the windows, flooded all upstairs the floor, and there was so much rain that it was coming down the walls, downstairs in our interior walls. That's how much water was upstairs. But if, the houses around here that weren't allowed to replace their windows, a lot of them, the windows broke. Some of the houses, nobody lives in them, so they get all this damage. They didn't get, boarded up right away. And so they got even more damage, because, storm lasts like hours and hours. And anyway, but it doesn't hold up, that glass. So when they tell people, no, you cannot replace the windows if you're in a historic district, unless you replace it with wood windows, can't afford it. Most of those people can't even afford the vinyl windows, let alone the wood window. So it just goes downhill.
That's crazy.
It is. It makes no sense at all. It just, it makes no sense. I can't even think of an
Yeah, because I don't
example.
want a house that somebody has rules over.
No, no, nobody's going to tell me what to do with my house.
Thank you.
Especially what they tell me to do with my house would end up making the neighborhood look worse, you know,
Yeah.
because I don't have the money to do it right. So I wouldn't do it at all. I was just going to sit there and deteriorate. So, it has, and then even if you paint it, it has to be, designated historical colors. You just can't do it whatever color you want. They have to be historical.
Hey,
Um,
CJ.
and the roof has to be certain colors, because they didn't make those colors in those days. So it has to be like, who cares when you have a rat trap house next door to you because nobody has the money to fix it? You're supposed to put, hundreds of thousands of dollars into your home, when your neighbor's house, if you blow on it, it's going to fall over. I mean, let's get real. It doesn't make any sense.
Did you ever find CJ's package?
Oh yes, she got it. Or she told me she did. I was forgetting. You know
Did they
me.
ever scan it?
No, it was never scanned. It showed me when it was delivered, but in between me taking it to the post office and her getting it, it never showed it was scanned. Isn't that
Then I
weird?
wouldn't have paid for it.
But she got it.
So what? You can't prove it.
Oh, they can prove that she got it. They just can't prove where it
How
was.
it got there.
Yeah, how it got there exactly. It's there. Oh my goodness.
It's -3 where she is.
Who? CJ?
See,
Oh
and
my
see,
goodness.
she's here.
Ouch, that's cold.
She's not all whining and stuff going, oh, it's -3 here. I can't make it to.
Oh, stop it.
That's what I mean. Stop
She
it.
she works from home. I don't. I have to commute.
Across the sidewalk.
Hey, when the sidewalk requires that you wear ice skates, there's a problem there, okay? There's a problem.
You need to do a little zip line. Then you can just wee right over to the studio and wee right home.
Wee, 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 wee. Oh, well, I don't think I have anything else to show you guys. Oh, well, I was um at Hobby Lobby. I got a stamp. It's kind of cute. It's well, I'll show it to you. You tell me what it is. Look how cute.
Is it a torn piece of chicken wire?
Yes. Only
Good
reason
night.
I got it was because I wouldn't pay $11 for it, but it was on sale for $2.75. I think that's cute. Good night, Leslie. Oh, I think that's cute. And then they had the colors I like.
Yeah, they do.
Regular $13 for $3.25.
And that's the best size.
And you know I use my ink. So I thought that's a good deal. And I was gifted some more of those egg cartons. So I think in the springtime I'll make some of more of those little egg carton things with the little book and the little lace and all that kind of stuff, and do some stamping on some of the stuff that goes in there. I think it'll look cute. Hey, what's going on with Vanessa?
She
Oh, her
has
winds.
strong winds.
Oh, fortunately, they said that they don't think that we're going to get
Hobby,
winds.
okay.
Huh?
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Yeah, they're having, you know how they have once or twice a year their what do they call it? I don't know what they call it, but they have a bunch of stuff like 80% off. Some of it's 90% off. So you figure this one, $13 for $3. So what is that?
It's
80%,
for
90%?
usually they're making room for the stuff that comes out of Creativation.
Oh, but there is no Creativation. Is there anymore?
Well, but probably online they still have it, or else they'd go out of business.
Oh, I don't know.
Because this is about the time when they start coming out with all the new
I thought this was for
everything.
tax purposes. You have to
Well,
have your
could be.
inventory out by a certain time or else it's taxed a different way.
Could be.
Yeah.
But I know
But
usually Timmy comes out with all his new stuff about this time of year, and they move all his old stuff out and bring his new stuff in.
yeah. Well, there wasn't anything on Timmy's aisle on sale, unfortunately, because there was a couple of inks I would have liked, but I'm not going to pay regular price. But I will pay 80% off.
Hey, Kim. Yeah, no doubt, especially for our archival.
Yes. And it's small enough where you can, use it. And, if you want to re-ink it, I think it's kind of cute. Cute size. Anyway, that's what I got. I didn't spend hardly nothing. I was very proud of myself. Under $10 with tax and everything. Yay!
Wow. I
And
can
yeah,
never do that.
yeah, Lucy, and these are the best colors. They're neutral and they look old and they're just cool colors. I don't think I've ever had the plum though. I've had these three. But this one's a new color for me, but I like it. I like it a lot. Okay,
Plum.
ladies, we just showed up to let you know why we're not showing up tomorrow. And depending on the weather, may not show up Thursday. If I don't show up Thursday, I might just sneak in on Friday. You just never know. You just never know what we'll be doing. And like I said, if you got the kits, they're gone, they're out. You'll have them in plenty of time because next Wednesday, I believe, is the first, isn't it? Or am I mistaken? No, I don't think it is. Is it?
Friday's the 25th, and there's only how many days in February?
That's right. So next week, next Wednesday will be the second. So we'll start playing with the kit. And oh dear, I still have to figure out if I'm going to do the first part on the video, on a video, because I can't. Anyway, it's just too big and complicated to do it here, and I got to do the painting. I got to go do it in the table in the other room because I don't have a space long enough. It gets a little complicated. Like to do it live. I have to think about that. I'll have to think about that, and I'll let you guys know. Like, check your inbox. You've got a video. Oh gosh. Okay, guys, thank you so much for showing up, impromptu and listening to my goofy stories and all that kind of good stuff. Susan's very tired. She had a long, hard day. And I just had a busy day, but I'm not tired. But I will be. As soon as I shut up, I'll probably be tired.
And I only had 5 warning.
What's that?
I only had a 5-minute warning.
Oh, that's right. If that.
I'm going on. Like, what? Where? Why? And then I go over there and it says, "Can we talk?" I was like, "Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah, I had no idea what we were going to talk about, but
Who
I
met
mean,
who dissed your shipping stuff, or who quit buying from Etsy, or who pissed you off, or who put
well,
out a crappy video?"
anytime I open up and say they can ask, they never ask anything. They have no questions at all. I'm starting to think, they're very informed people. That's all I can say. All right, ladies, take care. I'm going to stay warm tomorrow, and we may or may not see you Thursday night, but you'll know why. All right. Thank you again, Susan, so much. And
Alrighty.
everyone that's in the path of these snow and ice storms, stay warm, stay safe, stay home if you can. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Good
All
night.
right. Good night.